Good morning. I'm Grace Deno, Division Chief for the Contract Compliance Division in Office of Procurement for Montgomery County. Welcome to our workshop. I want to introduce Pam Jones to you. She is the Division Chief for the Procurement Operations. So if you do participate with our procurement, all the solicitations and proposals and reviews are done by her division. So I'm going to ask Pam to kick the meeting off. And also, I want you to know that the agenda for today is that we have 3 speakers, and they each have about 20 to 30 minutes of their topics. And then after that, we'll open the room for networking and one-on-one consulting. So Pam, you want to tell us something?
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good.
As Grace said, I'm Pam Jones. I'm in the Operations Division of the Office of Procurement. And basically, we just wanted to say welcome, thank you. I know you guys are very busy. Owning a business takes a lot of work. So we appreciate you taking some time out to come here this morning and share an opportunity to learn about some topics that we've heard in our discussions are important to businesses in general and specifically also to local small and minority female disabled-owned businesses. So we're really excited to be able to kick off this first workshop, which is intended to be one of 2 biannual workshops that we will be putting on so we can collectively bring everybody together in one room and bring resources to you rather than you having to go to multiple places and really be able to focus on topics that are important to you. So at the end of this workshop, if you guys have suggestions for future topics that are important to you, please let us know and we will do our best to incorporate those into future workshops that we're planning to do. So with that, the real experts in the room, we're going to give them most of the time. So Grace can introduce our first speaker.
Thank you, Pam. So before I start introducing a couple housekeeping items, please keep your cell phone in silent. And also, if you the bathrooms are outside of this door, look at your right between the elevators. That's where the bathrooms are. And if you need water or coffee, downstairs there's a coffee cafeteria. So let's start. Our first speaker is Mr. William Freeman. Mr. Freeman is the business consultant and in the Corridor region for Maryland Small Business Development Center. Bill, you want to start?
I was making my phone silent.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, well,
Give me 1 second.
Sure. Bill, while Bill's doing that, I want to make sure everybody got a flyer from our table outside. This is a summary on recent changes for our MFD goal. That is the minority participation subcontracting goal that we recently set up. And also the second page is another event that we're going to host next Monday in Silver Spring. If any of you are interested in getting minority certification, that event you would like to go because we are going to have the Maryland State's MDOT certification agent there helping us to submit the application and explain all the certification process for you. You ready, Bill?
Yeah, looks like it's almost quiet. Hopefully no one will call me.
And I apologize that we don't have a remote for that slide, so Bill will have to...
Yeah, so you'll see me, right, it's going to be interesting, but we'll get through it. So 1 or 2 of the slides that I was going to use, unfortunately, didn't come out correctly, so let's see how things are going to go here. So you'll see me walk from time to time back to the front, so again, we do apologize for that. My name is Bill Freeman. I am a business consultant with the Maryland Small Business Development Center, and we thank you very much for taking time from your busy schedule to come to the procurement event, the first of its kind, and I understand that there will be a few more after this one. Now, I do have a slide that said basically the objectives of today's presentation. One will be who is the Maryland Small Business Development Center, our various locations, as well as the various services and training that we provide, as well, finally, as it's tough when you don't have the slide up, as well as various partners that help us to ensure that we're able to provide the service that we need to various businesses. Now, let's see. That's the one that doesn't work. Okay. Now, who are we? We are a grant program under the auspices of the University of Maryland. We are a nonprofit managerial consulting firm where we assist businesses not only in the startup stage, but those that are moving from startup stage to existing business. We're part of a much larger organization called the America's Small Business Development Center. They started in 1980, and they are part of a 50-state organization covering all of the United States, including Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. We have served more than 1.3 million people each and every year since that time. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, that's not going to work. That particular page indicated our state headquarters, which is located in College Park, down from the University of Maryland. Unfortunately, you can't see that page. But the corridor region is composed of 5 counties, including Baltimore City, which are Montgomery, Howard, Baltimore County, Prince George's County, and Anne Arundel, and Baltimore City. Now you'll notice that there are 2 counselors in Montgomery County. Maricela Villamil is our specialist who is originally from Cuba, and she works specifically with Hispanic individuals. And I'll talk more about her later on in the presentation. Now, along with the corridor region, we're also divided into 4 other regions throughout the state of Maryland. So there are counselors located in all 24 counties in Maryland, as well as I indicated earlier, in all 50 states, including Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. So the various services, which include counseling as well as training services, you'll find in all of the other states that I mentioned. And just in case we have anyone here that is outside of the corridor region, I wanted to put up information concerning the other counties throughout the state of Maryland. By show of hands, I think everyone here is in business. Well, congratulations. I'm sure that all of your businesses are profitable, right? Yes. Or at least you're heading toward profitability, right? Okay. All right. Now, 2 services we provide, indicated was counseling services as well as training services. Now, as it relates to counseling services, our primary service there is one-on-one counseling, confidential at no cost to the client. The sessions generally last from an hour to an hour and a half. They are unlimited, and so thereby they have the opportunity in working with a counselor to talk about a variety of different issues. Those issues and concerns can cover a multitude of things that are of major interest to you and your business. One of them could be a business plan review. Do we have some businesses that are still here in the startup stage? Okay. Now, as those individuals that are in the startup stage, they are, one of the things that are particular of interest is a business plan. As I always say, if you don't have a business plan, you plan to fail. And particularly for startups as well as for existing businesses, it's important that you do have a business plan, or at least some type of business plan, in order to move your business forward. Now, additionally, I will assist with working with putting a financial package together. Now, these packages with various banks. I have a number of banking colleagues who I can help direct to certain banks that may be more beneficial for your particular business. And one thing I can also do is help you, or kind of coach you as to some of the things that you may need to know in talking with bankers. Bankers are very good people. In fact, we have one or two here with us today. They definitely smile, they really want to help you, but you have to ensure that you have all of the information that they need, because the more information you have and the more that you sound as if you're a subject matter expert, the better the opportunity for your particular business to secure that loan. Now, in addition, I will also review your marketing plan. Now, your marketing plan can be part of your business plan. Basically, with a marketing plan, you want to know about your target market. You want to understand your competition, because you always need to know who your competition is. Because believe me, your competition will know you. Oh, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. We will have a question and answers after all three presenters. Now, next is the capability statement. Now, a capability statement usually is when you're going after a government contract, but oftentimes you should have one and place it on your website, if in fact you do have a website. I'm sure everyone has a website or working on one. Okay. And websites are very important, particularly in this day and time, because millennials particularly want to know more about what is happening in your business, and oftentimes that's the best way as an introduction to find out about your business. Certification process. I will review your application for 8A. Is anyone here 8A certified? Okay. That is something that you can go toward if in fact you're looking to get a government contract. Generally, you need to be in business at least 2 years. They have certain requirements, and you have to be either economically or socially disadvantaged, and I can speak on that on a one-on-one basis later this afternoon or later today. Operations improvement. Oftentimes, your business needs assistance in providing how to operate your business more effectively. Oftentimes you will find that there is something that isn't going right, and that you may have talked to your accountant, you may have talked with other people within your management staff, and things are still not working as the way you need it to. So I can assist with reviewing that as well. Strategic planning. You always need to plan for the future, and I can assist with working on that as well. Management issues. Oftentimes there are various conflicts that can happen. For example, let's say IT needs additional money for software, for working with cyber problems, and as a result they're unable to get the funds, primarily because maybe HR is getting part of it or some other area. And what I can do is work with management and CEOs to develop just how we can kind of get rid of that logjam. And then, of course, business development, which is always key in order to growing your business. Okay, now for training. We have a variety of different training services and to help you to grow your business and to take it to the next level. Of particular interest, and they're not quite in the right order that I wanted, but I'll kind of go through them. The new venture, Ready, Set, Go, is a course for those individuals who are just beginning to know a little bit about banking. About business. It is basically a starter, maybe let's say middle school or high school, where you're learning about what business is and how you can get into business. It is a free class. as opposed to some of the others which are $50 to $60. If in fact you're already graduated, so to speak, from New Venture, the next one I would recommend is your Smart Start Entrepreneurial 101. You have an accountant, a lawyer, and an insurance professional who will spend approximately 3.5 hours to tell you about the various areas within their expertise. The lawyer will talk about various business entities, LLP, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, as well as sole proprietorship, and give you the advantages and disadvantages of each. The accountant will talk about various software programs that may be of interest to help you to have an accounting system that will work for your business. And then finally, the insurance professional will talk about other insurances that you need to think about other than fire and theft. Such things as business interruption insurance, or particularly of interest is your cyber insurance, which we all know a number of department stores and other businesses have been hacked into. Then, of course, we have a class on writing a good business plan, as well as how and where to get financing. That's critical primarily because these days there are not only banks, but there are alternative lenders, and there are also microloan lenders, such places as LEDC, Latino Economic Development Corporation, and one or two others that offer microloans, which are generally loans that are between $2,000 and $50,000. For those, as you're going up the ladder, as you have grown your business, we have Growth Accelerator and CEO Accelerator. Now those are more advanced, I like to say MBA classes, for those businesses that have been in business for a number of years and have a certain revenue that they have gotten up to. The CEO Accelerator generally lasts for about 36 hours in real time. The Growth Accelerators is about 18 hours. It's an intensive opportunity to get to know your business better, as opposed to being in business. You would have the opportunity of being working on your business. So you'll be working with 5 to 10 other businesses, none that are in competition with your business, so it can help you to get a better idea of how to grow and manage your business. Typically, the cost is somewhere in the neighborhood of $400 or $500, but it's taught by a PhD, also some people from a think tank at the University of Maryland, and we have gotten nothing but positive results from it. And then, of course, QuickBooks. Is everyone familiar with QuickBooks? Oh, just one hand? But I'm sure no? Well, QuickBooks is just another accounting system. It has continued to become more advanced. In fact, now they're even set up with the cloud. And so now you can get to it from any computer. Whoops. Boots to Business. Now, Boots to Business is a program that was started about 1.5 to 2 years ago for those veterans that were leaving the armed forces. What the SBA determined is that it was important to help veterans who are thinking about starting a business. So what they put together with cooperation from the SBDC is we spent 2 days at a military base. I've been to NSA down in Bethesda, as well as Andrews Air Force Base, talking with veterans to help them to get the ABCs of opening and starting the business, which includes understanding business plans, where to get financing, understanding what type of business they need to start. So that has been critical for those veterans, and they really appreciate that opportunity. The Hispanic Business Center. Now, with the advent of a growing population of Hispanics, we determined that it was of intense concern to assist those businesses that are run by Hispanics to help them to grow their business as well. One of the things that we found was that Hispanics, for some of them, could only really speak Spanish, and as a result, they had some difficulty with the English language. So what we did was we brought in Maricela Villamil. She's stationed in our Wheaton office, and what she does is work exclusively with Hispanics. It has worked out very well for us. She goes throughout part of the state helping Hispanic business people to grow their business. And to date, we've helped over 25,000 Hispanic businesses, and we continue to find that that is something that we're going to do more of and add more staff. Now, we have PTAP, which is the Procurement Technical Assistance Program. Now, PTAP works specifically with government individuals or businesses that are looking to work with the federal government. Now, one of the things that we have found is that more and more people want to get involved with PTAP. One of the things about PTAP is they like to work with those businesses that have done some federal contracting. Oftentimes we have people in businesses that kind of bypass the SBDC and go directly to PTAP. And what happens is PTAP finds that they have not had a government contract. They have not been able to prove that they are able to complete a government contract, so they come back to us. And what we do is we help to nurture them so that they can get ready and then graduate to PTAP. So that has been a good relationship. PTAP is in our College Park office, and they, like we, do not charge any cost for their initial consultations. Okay, our resource partners, SBA, as well as a number of different universities throughout, in this case, throughout the corridor region. And then we also have other regional partners that are throughout the rest of the Maryland to help us to give us the resources to help us to grow and help businesses to achieve their goals, and which include job creation, as well as making more money and also paying more taxes to the state of Maryland, which we all live and work in. And that's the end of my presentation. I apologize. It was very difficult to have to go back and forth and talk. I wasn't really ready to do that, but again, you have to do what you have to do. So are there any initial questions? Yes, sir.
First of all, good presentation. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The information that you presented, will there be copies of it or reference materials that'll have some of that in it?
Well, we can get the information to you if you give me your email address. As for those that are interested, I can also get that to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am.
You said that the Maryland jobs program, you said you had some businesses that went there and they were not ready for government contract.
That's correct.
What does it constitute ready?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, if you've done, you performed some contracts, some federal contracts. Because what happens with federal contracts is some of the procurement officers like to work with people that they've already worked with. So therefore, one of the things you have to do is you have to demonstrate your ability to perform contracts. And so what PTAC does is they review the contracts that you've done, either federal, state, or local, and see how well you did those contracts. And then they are able to assist you going forward.
And what kind of assistance does PTAC provide?
The one that showed on the screen, which includes helping you to get contracts, putting you in contact with various departments, DHCD, Treasury, State Department, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Then also they will assist you in various solicitations and proposals. So it can be very insightful and help you grow your business.
And one last question. Are they expecting you to be 8A certified to work with PTAC?
No.
Okay.
No, 8A certified is a whole different animal. But it's always nice to be that. But no, you do not have to be 8A certified. I think he was first.
With regard to the CEO and Growth Accelerator program, is there anything involved in there in regards to employee benefits or helping CEOs to support on figuring out that landscape as it changes?
Well, interesting you would say that. We also have a class on hiring the right employees and some other training programs. So we can always discuss that after the meeting. But the CEO Accelerator does hit upon a variety of different issues that come up as being the CEO of a business. Oh, wait a minute, excuse me a second. I think he was first. Sorry.
Just want your opinion on something. We went to the eMaryland online site, and there's a self-certification SBR process.
The SBIR.
Okay. Could you speak to the value of that program or that status?
Well, I could. I think I kind of run out a little bit of time, but I can talk to you offline afterwards. Because I think my fellow colleague wants to get a chance to speak as well. But we definitely. Please hold your questions for now, and I'll be more than happy to stay after the meeting and have an opportunity to talk with you, and also to set up a one-on-one consultation. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.